Hello there, this is Space5. Welcome back to episode 27 of Cards, where today we are going to continue playing with our German-British deck to go ahead and try and refine that a little bit for the tournament. Looks like we are going second. Doesn't really look like we have a initial drop, but we're going to go ahead and get rid of these two. So you'll probably notice a bit of a difference, at least in the game, at least audio sound. In the last video, the music got copyrighted, and just so that way for the longevity of the channel, because YouTube only lets you, I think it's 3, and then your channel's done. It's deleted, removed, completely gone. So just go ahead and try and avoid that. In the future, I'm going to go ahead and we're not going to have music, sadly. I really did enjoy the music, to be honest, but for the sake of the channel, I have to get rid of it. Which, you know, it is what it is. You know, it's a song from back in the World War II, so it's a very old song for that matter. I mean, what? It's almost 70 years old probably at this point. Like, but to each their own. If they want to go ahead and copyright it, that's fine. I just won't play it anymore. But no, that's rant is over and whatnot. We can go ahead and get back into the game. So we're playing a Japanese player, which is going to be pretty much the most common that we'll play against in the tournament, I believe. It's at least the most common that I see all the time is a Japanese-German deck, which is pretty normal, honestly. Drive forward, shoot the Type 93, delay him from taking the front, but we don't have anything to plop down, which would be the only thing I would like to negate. Because we are going to take the 3 damage from this guy walking across. Let's go ahead and drop down our 3/6 to trade. He'll survive, and that way we can do damage ourselves with our 3/3s whenever they go to walk across. Because he's going to walk forward. That's going to be 1, so he can do a 3-drop. Walks forward. 3 damage to HQ just because of its ability. It's totally fine. That's why I dropped this 3/6. Get rid of this guy. 3/3 the Chiha, give an additional damage. It's getting the damage from additional attack from the Type 93. Go ahead and trade. We can go ahead and drop down our own 3/3 at this point. Because if the Chiha goes forward, we'll trade this guy for it without any issues. Let's go ahead and drive forward, hit the Type 93. So that would be 1, 2, 3 credits, and 4. So we'd have 1 credit left. I think that's okay to leave on the board. We do have quite a bit of card draw in hand. 1, 2, and 3. Plus a convoy. So we got 5 cards that we can technically draw. Dropping this 3/3, not a big deal, honestly. Because that's only 2 damage when it hits our HQ. Another card draw, pretty good. So we have our 4 movement. Go ahead and get rid of the Type 93, because we'll live, and we'll reduce the damage both of these units will produce. I think that's okay to end our turn, because he's going to go ahead and hit for 3 with the fighter, and probably trade the Chiha away for our 3/3. 3/1 will hit the fighter. Oh, you got Fury. Totally okay. Survives with 1 HP. He's got 1 credit left. Chiha. Nope, he's just going to go ahead and throw it away. Okay. He's going to trade the Chiha. Okay. Clear the board, the fighter's still there. Ultimately, not a big deal though. How many cards do we have? 8, so we can go ahead and continue to draw. Drew another Panzer. Go ahead and get out there, give us another card. That's a card we're definitely looking at for a later turn, because we can throw out one of his big hitters later. The 3/3 fighter is not that big of a deal. Especially if we drop this guy down, these guys will have 4 defense, so they can survive a hit from this guy. So we can do a double attack at the cost of 4 credits 7, which we'll have next turn. Additional 1, not a big deal though. It does give us a short timer though. For the king, it's good for getting rid of bombers, or big hitters, or big tanks rather. We don't have those, so we can go ahead and drop our own fighter. It's going to let us draw a card, and we can't do that at the moment. We have too much in hand. It's going to have us draw another card. Go and force damage on the HQ, because we can technically actually outlast him at this point. 4 damage, 3 next turn, so that'll be 10, and down to 6. We would have to trade at that point. He's going to trade with this guy. And do 2 damage to the HQ. 1 hit, no. Okay. When you are destroyed, deal 2 damage to random enemy. That's totally okay. You can force out one of the fighters. Let's get off the board. Go and hit here, hope the damage goes here. Went to the HQ instead, which was not desirable. However, the tank can go ahead and start clearing out the fighters, which are going to do 2 damage on death. It's going to be a little close. We can do 8 damage next turn. Drop this guy down. Because now he just has to suicide this guy, basically. 1 hit suicide. So we would kill both of these, we'd be left with 1 HP. And that guy cannot cross the line. Suppression. That helps immensely. To the end of my next turn. Or to the start of my next turn. Go ahead and do the 3 damage. Do the 5. And we'll go ahead and just end our turn. Because we have our hit there. You guys cannot do any damage to our front line. So you'd have to use units to blitz and destroy yourselves. Or just careen into us as well. So as long as you don't have another one of those units, we'll be fine in this match. This is a very strange game for us. We had a full hand of card draw. It's a little abnormal. Ambush. It's fine, you can't drop anything else. Target unit must retreat. And there's 3 damage. Okay. So I need something that can just destroy. All enemies units in the support line have -3 attack next turn. Go ahead and do that again. Go and get rid of his unit. Gives him a Panzer. But he can always careen into us, so yeah, it is going to be GG. Yeah. Be interesting. Let's see if he's going to destroy a unit. That's all he has to do. Yep. He's got it. I have no way of getting to the... I need to drop this guy, actually, then. Instead of both of these units dropping this guy down. Because then I would have been able to fly over. So that was a misplay on my part. We don't have blitz. Got a second one. Can't do anything though. And I'll go ahead and just surrender. That could have been an easily win game if we had been if I had been a little bit more strategic by plopping down our fighter. in that last hand. So, for the most part, this deck seems to be doing fine so far. There's been a few strategic errors on my part, so I think we're okay with continuing as is. Definitely let me know down in the comments if you think you can critique the deck a little bit and potentially make it better. Let me know. And I'll see you guys in game 2. Today in game 2, we will be playing against a Soviet player. So this will be a little bit interesting. Don't normally go up against a Soviet player. We do not need to for the kings. I'm okay with these actually 3 drops. Maybe we don't need a second one of these guys right off the bat. Not a bad starting, I guess. Hopefully he doesn't have a 1-drop. He does not. Perfect. So we have our 2-drop right off the bat, our Stug. It's a pretty good unit. Can definitely trade for a pretty powerful tank. Go ahead and drop our Stug. Go ahead and just end our turn. Our next drop will be this 3-1, the Africa Regiment. 3-4 with Ambush. Start your turn, fully repair this unit. This guy is awful. I hate this guy. He is the worst. Alrighty. So he's definitely going to move that to the front line. Gonna need something to try and counter that a little bit. It has Ambush, so it's going to do damage first. So all in all, it just kind of sucks. This 3-6 will survive. So we can hit with the 3-6 and then the Stug. The Stug is going to get traded away though. It's amazing this is only a 3-drop. It should definitely be a 4-drop. I'm having Ambush and it fully repairs. That's a ridiculous unit. Convoy, and then you're probably going to march forward. He did not take the front. Huh. Well. I will go ahead and take the front. Go ahead and do a Panzer, let's talk, and we'll drop down our Panzer. And just do 2 damage to the HQ. So anything he pretty much drops, it'll take quite a bit of damage. I know there's quite a few 5-3 Soviet tanks, which would just get destroyed, and they're pretty expensive. I think they're a 4 cost, so 1-5 with guard. It's going to take 3 damage, so the Panzer 35T is a pretty good target there. Might drop our bomber this turn. Looks like a pretty good option, honestly. You hit the Stug. For the king, not that imperative at the moment. You have smoke screen, so you can't be attacked right now, which is very nice. Go ahead and take out the guard unit. Seems very fair at this point. And this guy's going to fully repair, being obnoxious. However, if he does attack, we're just going to destroy it with the Stuka. Even though I want the Stuka to hit the HQ, force him to discard cards at this point. Hopefully he doesn't have an air raid, where he just gets to destroy any aircraft with, if it has less than 4 HP. Bit triflesome, but other than that, not a big deal. I still wish you could rearrange your hand. Be nice for strategizing. Expecting something kind of big. He's got 6 credits. We've only seen 2 units out of him? Yeah, a British unit. 3-2 with Blitz. There goes our bomber. Bit annoying, but again, not that big of a deal, honestly. Got lots of our Panzer Grenadiers. We're going to do 3 damage to the HQ. Draw a card. Heavy armor. Got our Tiger out there. Go ahead and drop our Panzer Grenadier. Next turn we could technically hit for 5-8 damage, which is half of their remaining HP. So if they don't do something... Churchill's kind of big. It does have guard, but we do have, for the king, We have a Stug here in the background, which does double damage against tanks. So the Churchill plus for the king is gonna get wiped out. Bloody Sickle, sure, deal 1 damage to your HQ. Another one, there goes our Grenadier. Seems fine at this point. Additional +2 on all of our units. So this guy's gonna get destroyed. Hit the Churchill. Probably rather do 3 damage to the HQ. Because this guy isn't going to survive anyone's hit. He just used 2 Bloody Sickles, so he can only have 4. So, I mean, that's at least half. So the odds of him having an additional 2 in his hand are pretty... they're still... You know what, that's... Assuming he ran 4, I mean, that's 1/5 of his deck, that's 20% of his cards. It might be possible. Another Churchill. Well, that guy's just gonna need to go again. Good thing we have another for the king. Gonna need to get additional +2. Oh no, he's gonna target that right away. I understand. But you also need to go now. Do the damage. Get the artillery. And we could take the additional +2. I think we'll go ahead and do that just so that we can beef up this guy and our Panzer Grenadiers. This fight really hasn't done much except kill our bomber. 3/4 with guard. You have a special has +2 against units with blitz. We don't have any units with blitz, so has no effect on us. He only has room for 1 more unit. Tiger might be a pretty good option at this point for next turn. He's playing very passive, which is a little abnormal as a Soviet player. Generally, you want to get to the front. Give a Soviet unit +3/+3. There you go. That's what I've been waiting for. Force a unit to retreat. That would be probably be this guy, just so that way it just becomes a 3/4 again. So it just loses 3 attack. Although we can get rid of the unit with guard. So we can go ahead and blitz in for 5 damage. Yeah, let's go and get rid of the guy with guard. Out of money, however, we do have a tank on the field now that can go ahead and get rid of anything with guard, but this guy does heal, which is not good. 3/4 with guard, that's totally fine. Our Tiger can clear this guy out. So this is kind of a really good argument. This guy would have been better to throw off, because then our Panzer can go ahead and clear him out as well as an option. 2/5 with guard, gives him +1/+1, pretty good. Yeah, so you have to hit something. Our 2 Africa regiments would end the game if they managed to get all the way. However, they do need to get all the way. So you will trade. You will trade, and you can walk the front line. Which means we're in a little bit of a pickle. Okay, it's 2 of them. That's most of his credits. And once we get rid of this, he has no more guard. Trade. Trade these and move this guy to the front. Seems to be his kind of only option at this point. 1/3 with guard. Okay. I just need something that does 3 damage. Although he did fully repair all friendly ground units. That was going to get repaired anyways. Matilda is very nice. However, we can't play it. Dagger. And play our 3/6. So if he does move this unit forward, we're going to throw this guy away to get rid of the ambush, and then send in the tiger against him. And he will be gone. We definitely need a convoy of our own. Sitting with only 1 card is not that great, but it can pin a unit, which will get rid of the guard on one of the units. Which can be pretty potent. Sending the 1/3 forward. I'm just going to hit you there, hit you there. 7/8. It's fine. Additional +2 defense. And a 7/7. Yeah, that's pretty strong. Doesn't have anything on the support line, so being guarded. There we go, we'll go ahead and wipe that. Drop the Matilda. Five with Blitz. Gotta be kind of careful now. Interesting choice. Now you're pinned. So you can't attack next turn. You draw a card. Go ahead and trade there. Your backline can't do anything. You're pinned, so you can't attack. Draw a card. Go ahead and end our turn. And that will be game, because we can go ahead and just fly in. Let's see his unit with guard. He does have a unit with guard, okay. Three, 2 with Blitz. Okay. Can't just fly in like I would like to. We need the Matilda. Gives +2 defense on everything. Get rid of that guy. Do the 5 damage to him. The Matilda will survive if we hit this guy, which will pin him. Which means he has to get rid of the aircraft this turn. However, the board is going to be empty after this turn, because he'll go on hit here, he'll be pinned. That's fine. Clear this. We'll go and throw this guy into here, get rid of the ambush. And then we can throw our tiger away. We'll still have our Matilda. Oh no, that wasn't a guy that pins. Convoy is very welcomed here. Oh, there we go. Go and throw this guy away. It's okay. Sadly, the tiger needs to go. We can go ahead and go forward. You're still guarded, which is okay. We'll take 1 damage, not a big deal. Or I'd rather actually use the convoy at this point. Gives our cards extra card draw. He only gets 1 card. Our Matilda's in very prime striking position. Gets another 1/8 with guard. Alright, their HQ is going to be guarded for a while. Not a big deal though, because we're going to get ready to start swarming. There's 3 damage to the HQ right there. Get you there. And I would rather just draw 2 cards. There you go. Well, For the King's not going to do anything, but... This will give him a very short span. Well, he's got 2 now, except one's on the outside. Traded. Okay. Saved his HQ for 3 damage. There is our big fighter. Suppression. There we go. You guys have no attack damage now. Hit. And go ahead and continue to take the front. Draw 2 cards. It's very nice for him. Another 1/8 with guard. Jays. And a bloody sickle on the Matilda. Burning Sky. Survive with 1. We don't take any damage, so that's nice at least. Don't quite want to throw him away, to be honest. There we go. Now you have to throw your fighter away for that. 1 more. Give all friendly unit ground forces in the front line +1 defense is very nice. Let's go ahead and do 3 damage. So next turn this guy will be at least cleared. How many cards do we have left in our decks? 4 and 8. Whew. Might actually be a decking here. I haven't actually seen one of those yet. So I actually don't want to draw any more cards. Ambush. Does triple damage to tanks. Something for him to think about. Do the 3. Go ahead and trade there. Trade there. And give everything on the front line additional 1 defense. Go ahead and end our turn. So we are going to end with 2 cards left in our deck. 5/5 armored. GG. That was a very close game. But the deck managed to hold through, except for one tactical error that I had in the first game, which basically made that the difference between a win and a loss. This deck seems to be doing pretty well so far. Pretty happy with it. Alright, well, if you enjoyed today's episode, please like and subscribe. Have a good day.